All right. Hello. So where's your name?
Dorian Thornley.
And where are we, or where are we supposed to be?
We are at Westsider Books on Broadway and 80th on the Upper West Side.
Wonderful. Okay, so starting off, when did you start your business?
The business was already there. I took over in 2002, so
2002.
just over 20 years ago.
Wonderful. And how long? So it's been 20 years. And what got you into it?
We already worked there. I was an employee.
So how long have you worked there as an employee?
Since 1995.
1995. And what got you working there as an employee?
I was just walking past and I needed a job, and I walked in there, and that was it.
Nice. And so did you have any love of books before you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was always
Big reader.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so how can you explain to us how the transition between from like employee to owner happened?
Oh, well, I worked there for a number of years, and then the store was struggling, and I borrowed money, came back, I had a partner, and the two of us took over the business.
So would you say you like, because I knew the history where it was starting, the business was about like a couple decades ago, it was failing in 2019, and so somebody had to like step in. That was obviously you, right?
No, it was some guy who read about it in the West Side Rag.
Right, and he put a GoFundMe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, how did you feel about that?
I felt pretty good.
Good, yeah. And would you say like the GoFundMe was from the community of people that you had already like seen come into the store?
I think it was. I don't know the statistics, but my guess is it was like half or 2/3 were people that knew the store very well, and there was a couple of people who were philanthropists who put in quite a bit, and then the other third was people from all around the world, I think.
And so what do you think like it has to do with like the community of the bookstore? Because like obviously like it's not, there's got to be something special for people to all come together.
I think just in that particular period after the financial crisis of 2008, so many businesses went under, and then for some people it was a last straw. There were so many great like local places that just disappeared in that period of time between sort of 2008 and this one. They just decided that they would kick in, but not all businesses that went out of business had a crowdfunder. So it was basically down to this guy who started the crowdfunder. I would say, because I wouldn't have done it off my own bat.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. And so going on like the people who funded you, like what would you say, like are you at the bookstore a lot usually?
Mm-hmm.
And so would you say like you get to know the people who come there, and like you have a lot of recurring customers, I'd guess. So,
hundreds, I would say.
And so what do you think that like that one thing that like brings everyone together is? It's like just a love for books, like, and it's just like people.
Well, we
like,
sell books. We sell mostly books. Yeah.
And it's just people like, because I know you guys are literally right next to Barnes and Noble. So like, what makes it so these people come to your store instead of the Barnes and Noble?
Because we have books that possibly that are out of print, books you can't get at Barnes and Noble, books that are probably a little bit cheaper.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I really like I was interested when I saw that like you're open next to a competitor, and so it's just these like. It's just people who like are more interested in like these kind of like antique style books, and more like not just like necessarily reading for fun, but who are is it bibliophiles? I think I heard that word.
Bibliophiles, sure. Yeah, some people like particular editions of books they love. Some people collect books just because of their history, and they're not necessarily going to read that edition. So you could argue that some people buy them as objects as opposed to just because they want to read what's in there.
Cool. So going a little bit to like some of the struggles you faced and how you deal with those struggles. I know obviously we talked about having like that the crisis and how you guys got funded. How do you what are some things you do to keep the bookstore afloat in general, like in terms of like getting like your reach to like, let's say like a little bit, maybe if you do marketing, like how you get people to know about your bookstore, and also like what are things you do to keep it business going?
So it's been there for so long that I think just by word of mouth, it's been in the same location for so many years that people just know. So
you guys just trust in your product and hope that other people will talk about that to their friends, family.
Yeah, I mean it's in guidebooks, it's in Google, it comes up on Yelp. So we have an Instagram page. We don't do too much on Facebook these days, but I think just because it's been in the same location for so long. In terms of how we keep it going, we just constantly buy new books, and we make sure that if there's anything been sitting on the shelves for too long, then it goes outside. I mean, that's just any business, right? You've got to just keep rotating the stock.
Okay, cool. And for like, obviously you guys are a bookstore. What is your opinion on like reading a physical copy of a book and reading a book an online copy? Like,
you know, some people like e-readers, some people don't. Some people swear by them. You know, if you're reading a PDF or you're reading an essay or maybe a textbook or something you have to read for school, then, you know, if you have to read it on an e-reader, obviously it's you know, cheaper and easier, right?
but do you believe for like pleasure reading, would you personally enjoy a hard copy more? Or do you think
I would, yeah, but you know, I run a bookstore. I mean, I
Yeah.
understand that there are people who, you know, for them it's a no-brainer, and that's fine, you know.
Yeah, it can be easier for some people, but it's a preference. Okay, and what is something that you, if you, anything, you wanna see your bookstore grow into, something you're planning in the future, or something you just want in general? Do you? Cause what? How about when did you open this place? The records. Westsider.
Oh, the record store and the bookstore,
Same time.
generally, yeah, they've always kind of been together, apart from a few little eras here and there. Long term, you know, I don't think we have any plans to expand.
Just keep-
Certainly, I think
okay.
just long term, it'd be nice just to survive.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's a tough business, especially with everyone, like I said, like kind of moving towards the electronic versions. Have you seen business decrease like every year, or is it more like is it stable as of now?
No, now it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, since the crowdfunding, everything's running along pretty smoothly, I would say.
Cool. And do you think you get more business in your bookstore or your record store? And which do you prefer?
I don't have a preference. It really
Yeah.
depends because the price point's different,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Obviously supply and demand is different.
And how do you get your books and records? Because like you said, it's kind of hard. These books are very hard to find. How?
We go get them, or people bring them in. You know, it could be estate sales, it could be somebody downsizing, moving. Somebody might just be done with them.
Are you
A lot of people donate, which is very helpful.
Oh, nice.
A lot of people from the neighborhood just bring in their used books and leave them with us.
Oh, cool. So do you actively seek out like certain types of books that are like not like very common, or is it more
I
just
do.
how you
I mean, I
approach?
try and buy things that I know are staples and know that people are going to want to read and have wanted to read for a long time and will still want to read in the future. So, you know, classics and cult classics and things that you need to read, you know, for school or everyone should read at some point. And then I'll also buy, you know, rarer things, and then I'll try and buy, you know, something that is used but was like a really hot title like
Yeah.
last year.
It's wonderful. Well, I really like the store. I mean, it's beautiful. Another store, I mean, it's like it's such a small space, but it really uses it efficiently. You guys have books up like 15, 20 feet.
Yeah, there's no wasted space, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, it was lovely meeting you.
All
Thank you
right.
so much for the interview.
Thank you. Take care.